Today's hearing is a most important hearing because it deals with an issue that most people aren't really aware of. Because if you ask most people what contributes up to 1/2 of U.S. greenhouse gas emissions, they will likely say automobiles, SUVs. But the truth is, plain as the wall that each of us faces right now, the building sector is responsible for up to 48% of our nation's emissions. On a local level, buildings can account for an even higher percentage of emissions. 78% of Boston's heat-trapping gases are attributable to buildings. Energy-efficient buildings must be part of a comprehensive fight against global warming. Efficient design, low-emission construction materials, and decreased energy use in buildings can combat global warming and simultaneously reduce the rising costs of lighting, heating, and cooling structures. Energy efficiency in buildings is only a starting point. A truly green building should help preserve natural resources. Water use should be minimized. Construction materials should be non-toxic and travel shorter distances. Appliance and furnishing should use less energy and fewer toxic chemical compounds. Most importantly, we must ensure that all buildings receive this treatment, whether they are new or already built, commercial or residential, public or private. Through measures to improve building efficiency, we can by an additional 1 to 5 foot per square foot, consumers could get a good return on their investment. The average green building can save 25 to 30% more energy than a traditional one. The overall economic and environmental benefits of more efficient buildings are clear. However, the competing interests of the building sector can obscure the long-term benefits. A developer may have concerns about recovering the initial costs of green design or energy-efficient features. A commercial tenant may not want to pay for efficiency upgrades on a 5-year lease. A homeowner may not have the initial capital needed to improve home efficiency or may not be planning to be in the house for another 10 years to get the full return on investment. In a recent survey, only 7% of the public identified buildings as a major source of global warming emissions. Today, we hope to change that perception by discussing various approaches to improving building efficiency. The witnesses are collectively utilizing innovative local approaches, materials, mandatory codes, and voluntary guidelines to reduce this massive source of emissions. Mayor Newsom has sustained and implemented a myriad of green building initiatives, among other notable environmental efforts in San Francisco. The Engineering Society here today, whose mission is to advance energy efficiency technology, they have developed building and energy codes used by local, state, and federal governments. And the U.S. Green Buildings Council has developed LEED, one of the most commonly used certification programs for a green building. Enterprise Community Partners now helps low-income housing buildings with the tightest construction budgets become sustainable in a cost-efficient manner. And we will also hear from Drive It, a corporation working to improve the efficiency of buildings with what they call outsolation. As a final note, I would also add that 3 of you are actually seated for a change in environmentally friendly chairs. These chairs were built from recyclable materials, using alternative energy and can be nearly fully recycled as well. We thank each of you for being here, and we look forward to your testimony. Let me